Walk us through your night at the Black Cat. How did you end up there with Mayor London Breed?
Well, as the senior arts and entertainment editor at the Chronicle, I think it's really important to be out and about. I mean, if we're going to be talking about things going on in the city, recommending shows and things like that for folks to do, I think it's important to go out and do them. But this night in particular, it was a Wednesday night. Kind of almost didn't want to go because it was right in the middle of the week. It's like school night. But I got a tip that there was going to be a surprise guest at Maurice Mobetta Brown's residency. And so we went, my husband and I went, it was like the 8 o'clock show. And I felt comfortable about it because I had just gone to Bottle Rock and I got my COVID test back Tuesday night, like the Tuesday before I went to Black Cat. And it was negative, and so I was like, okay, cool. So now I feel good enough to go. And it's San Francisco, so to me, as a San Francisco resident, knowing what that you have to show your vaccine proof to get into places, I felt, okay, if this is going to be my indoor thing, I'll do it for this, especially because I thought, ooh, who is this surprise guest? So that's how I ended up there. I hadn't actually seen the mayor when I showed up. I didn't see the mayor at the time. But eventually saw her when we were getting seated downstairs.
Let's listen to how Breed responded to the criticism she received for being maskless indoors. Here's what she had to say to local media.
No, I'm not going to sip and put my mask on. Sip and put my mask on. Sip and put my mask on. Eat and put my mask on. While I'm eating and I'm drinking, I'm going to keep my mask off. And yes, in the end time, while we're drinking, like everyone else there, we were all having a good time. And again, all vaccinated.
Would you say that matches with what you saw, Mariecar?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, again, I wasn't there to monitor Mayor Breed at all. I was there for the show. And we were sitting opposite of the venue from each other, but directly opposite. So if I really wanted to see, sure, I could see her. And the entire time that I did notice her, she didn't have her mask on. But to be fair, neither did I. I had food and drink in front of me the entire time, the entire show. And I had my mask either like in my hand, on my wrist, or in a pocket, my back pocket or my jacket pocket. And I remember anytime I got up to go to the bathroom, I remember when we were in the bar area waiting, I had my mask off because we had the drink on. Then when they were escorting people down, I put my mask back on. And while we were in the stairway, kind of waiting for, had the mask on and all that stuff. By the time I got there, the mayor was already where she was being seated, and I didn't see her with her mask on. But again, no red flag really came to mind at the time when I saw that. I definitely didn't see her doing the mask on, mask off thing, and nobody else. I really didn't see anybody else doing that either. The people that were masked the entire time were the wait staff. Bless their heart. They freaking really had their mask on. And even, towards the end of the night when it got stuffy because of all the, moving crowd and everything, they kept their mask on. But I didn't see many people doing the on and off again. And then really, I don't know if I've ever seen that at any restaurant I've been to, the on and off again. So
you mentioned no red flags, but as a patron of the Black Cat that night, what did her presence, the mayor of San Francisco, being in the crowd, what did that signal to you?
I kind of joked to her about this when I talked to her. I was like, oh, the mayor's here and she's having a good time. Then we're good. We're safe. I feel pretty good about that.
Let's listen to a little bit of your conversation with the mayor that night at the Black Cat.
So this entire pandemic has been focused on keeping people safe.
Absolutely.
And at the end of the day, with everyone who comes in here has to show proof of vaccination. That gives me a lot of reassurance. I do a lot of testing though on myself, to make sure.
I can took my test today.
I usually don't shake hands. Even though I shook your hand, I'm gonna do my little,
Yes.
So after the performance, you tweeted a video of that epic Toni performance. And needless to say, it got a ton of reactions, and the story didn't turn out to be the one you originally thought you were reporting. Can you tell me more about what the response has been like for you?
So yes, as a Bay Area native who was born in Oakland, who grew up in the 90s, Toni was such a big part of my life. And sure enough, when I shared the video, it wasn't until that moment that I realized, wait, hold on. The real news here too is that the mayor, who had just announced, the mask mandate and all that stuff in August, is not masked, and that she's not following the rules that she is putting forth. And that's when the story started to evolve. And then that's when the story started to go crazy online too, which I honestly didn't really expect for some reason. I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting, to be honest. I certainly wasn't expecting it to get to this point. But it was never my intention to be a gotcha kind of story.